demonic rabbit hole. You know what I'm talking about? The demonic oppression and possession stuff, all that demon stuff. You know, that kind of stuff that makes you wonder if you've got like 17 demons living inside of you. Well, I've given into those worries before, right? And I'd start investigating, right? I'd wonder if maybe there was a demon somewhere around, but then I would think, I don't have like aggressive thoughts, like demonic thoughts, anger issues. I'm not the guy that's like, oh yeah, I've wanted to kill someone before. I don't have none of that, right? So every time I would start to think that stuff was around, or maybe I was oppressed, my logic would kick in, right? I'd pass my own demon test. Every time I thought I had a demon chilling around me, common sense would say, I really don't have a demon. Well, what I did have, right? I had this feeling, right? I had this feeling that God was far away. But it wasn't like the demon was watching me feeling. No weird demonic moments or anything like that. I just felt like I couldn't get to somewhere I wanted to be. Like I had a ball and chain somewhere on me. So I was thinking about this stuff for years, dude. I had so many moments where I would just give up, right? I would tell myself, Joe, you're gonna be good. Good man of God. And you know what I did? I failed. I was weak a lot, all the time. That's what happened. Think good things, backslide. So all during these times of this oppressive feelings, right? I would tell myself, like I said, I'm gonna be a godly man, right? I'd start the journey off, and then the same week, let's just say anything would test my character. Something would happen. I mean, we're talking a simple test involving anger or gluttony, simple stuff. My thoughts were pretty tame. I'm not talking about like pushing my wife or breaking glasses. My failures were actually as weak as my attempts were to correct them. I was pretty lukewarm everywhere. And when I would make weak attempts at getting closer to God, the truth is, I didn't put the work in to get closer to God. And no, I'm not saying that you can work your way into salvation. Grace and faith, that's what saves you, right? But my actions didn't show that I truly believed, respected, or feared God. Do you understand what I'm saying here, right? Here's an example. I own a business, but I also work full-time for a nonprofit. My boss, I like my boss a lot, and I want to work hard for him, right? I like showing him that I'm a hard worker. Not just that I want to make money, but because I genuinely want to do a good job for him. That got me thinking, wouldn't it be the same with God? Shouldn't I want to impress God the same way I want to impress my boss? Well, this type of thought, right? This type of thinking is what made things click for me. I started doing more godly things, praying more, reading the Bible, and instead of playing on the phone in the bathroom, I would pray when I took a poop. And I actually think that poop praying is probably one of the most important things on earth. Totally recommend poop praying or poop Bible reading. That's your first step. So all these things started happening, and I started reading my Bible and praying, and they stacked up, and I started doing them more and more. And what do you know? All of a sudden, I started looking forward to church a lot, right? And you know where that feeling began? Where it started? Praise and worship. I went to church, and every time I went, I was scared to raise my hand during worship. Even though I always felt like I wanted to. I'd tell myself, oh, that's just not me, man. But inside, I felt like I was somehow not being manly if I did that, right? And I don't know how to explain it. But one day I had this internal battle, like a real battle. Like I was calling myself names in my own head. While everyone was singing, and while I'm telling myself terrible things in my head, in the middle of that, I was like, I'm doing it. And guess what? I did it. I put my hand up. As soon as I put my hand up, right, I had my skin feel like it was vibrating. My neck and the back of my head was hot, and it felt like I was high, right? It felt like I was high on something. It felt like I was doing drugs, a feeling that I've never felt before, right? All the haters out there, right? All those manly men, they need to understand that something happened to me there. In that moment, something went down. I do not care what you say. Something happened, right? Fast forward a bit. After this happened, I was in my office, working late. I was still trying to do good. I was still doing pretty good, right? The family was at the house. Look, I have no idea why this happened. I don't even remember the specifics. I kind of don't know where I found the verse I'm about to talk about. It may have been one of the verses that popped up when I was searching quote unquote Bible deliverance verses. I've done that before. But what I do know is I was sitting at my computer, right? And I got up to go pee. And like I said, I don't remember why, but I had a Bible verse on my phone screen. Psalm 17:13. Rise up, Lord, confront them. Bring them down with your sword, rescue me from the wicked. And dude, when I said that, my entire life changed, right? Okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I have no idea what happened, what it was, but I'm telling you, I immediately felt kind of like when I was singing praise and worship, but way, way more. Back of my head, right to the top of my neck had pressure. You know, like the feeling when you hold your breath just a couple more seconds before you let your breath out, there's an internal pressure, like, and you feel it like in your head, but also with that internal pressure, there was an external pressure pushing on the back of my head from my neck, right? All like that. And I had the most intense goosebumps feeling, right? Goosebumps and the feeling that my head was being pushed to the ceiling. So this continued for 30 minutes or so, because after I made my way to the bathroom, after I said that verse, I just kept repeating it. The same thing over and over again. And each time the same feeling would happen until it kind of started to fade. Those feelings dissipated. Over those 30 minutes, I stood there for 30 minutes or so, repeating that verse until the feeling stopped. Craziness, goosebumps, pressure, weird. I'm not lying. You think I'm crazy all you want to. And I don't know what happened, but I do know after I made a serious effort to get close to God, my life changed, and that moment happened. And the things that I felt were impossible before, I then began to do them. I started doing them. They just became part of my daily life. I was just doing them. They felt impossible before. God felt distant, but that all changed. The insecurity I felt, the fear I had, it went away. And man, it felt good. It feels good. And if there's anything I recommend that you do is you try it. Try a simple method. When you wake up, go in the shower, pray. When you go poop, pray or read the Bible. A little bit every day, right? Well, you should poop every day. That would be regular, but read the Bible or pray a little bit every day. Couple minutes, right? Start little. The next time you sing praise and worship, raise your hand. I guarantee if your heart's in the right place, your life is going to change eventually. Might change just then right there. And this crazy testimony will not seem that crazy anymore. Start simple, just submit to God, and once again, submit to Jesus, and you will see changes. You can call me crazy all you want to, right? Go ahead, but I am very much grounded. And I do not buy into most things. As a matter of fact, I don't believe a lot of stuff. I'm a skeptic. But when a skeptic brain really believes and really has faith, as my faith increased, my actions became more aligned with God. I would find myself doing things that were difficult before, and now I'm doing them. You know, those times all I did was say stuff, right? All I did was say stuff. The times where I would just backslide. I would just say the stuff, not do the stuff, but backslide. All I wanted to do was get close to God, but I wasn't actually doing it. A little bit of work and effort, and I got there, right? A little bit of security, holding my hand up, making these moments submitting to God, right? My final advice, just wake up in the morning, play a praise and worship song in the shower, actually have a conversation with God, right? Actually envision God listening to you and really believe that an angel might be right there beside you. And during your poops, read the Bible or pray. A simple start. And I believe that will make a difference. I go about my days like this and my life is totally different now. Start simple, man. Works doesn't save you, but just start small and you will see that you will start wanting to impress God. You will genuinely love God. You might think you might not get to that spot. I'm telling you, man, that was me, dude. I thought like that. And it's impossible to explain how different things are now. I just want that for all of you. Jesus loves you. Let him show you that, man. That's all I got. I meant to do a different video this week, but I ran out of time because I tried to do a bunch of stuff that I couldn't do. So this is what you get. See you later.